Muso's Corner, supporting local music since 1967. Nothing but the best of Aussie music, live and local. Now, let's strip it back. This is New FM's Homegrown Unplugged with Rocks.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Sunday, the 7th of January, into a brand new year. This is Rocks with Homegrown Unplugged, and I've got a treat for you tonight. He's in the green room. He's carried a lot of gear in, and we've got to get that set up for you. He's Newcastle's own and favourite wonderful Anthony Lee. We'll be hearing from him shortly. This is Homegrown on 105.3 New FM, brought to you by our friends at Muso's Corner, who have been looking after musos locally since 1967. Welcome back, everybody. This is Rocks with you. Homegrown Unplugged, the 19th artist to introduce to you tonight. As I mentioned before, he's a stalwart of Newcastle. He's a legend in his own lunchbox. And I can say that because he's also a very, very close friend of mine. Welcome to New FM, Anthony Lee.
Hello, buddy. How you doing?
Good. You're
Great.
Looking well for this time of night.
Am I? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a long day. I've been out swimming in my pool all day and just enjoying myself and a bit of gardening and...
Well, no gig?
Yeah, no gig tonight. I gigged on the weekend, so it was pretty,
Okay.
I like to have a nice Sunday night home.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, that's good.
Where was I today? I was at Chittaway Bay.
Be careful.
Nice people down there. It was
They're
a nice
lovely
gig.
people.
It's a long
down
way
there.
to go. But
It is a long way.
yeah. So let's start right from ground roots, or grassroots, I should say, Mr. Lee, with 2 E's and 1 L.
Mr. Rotherfell, 1P, 1F.
That's right. No one knows my real name, but they do now.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me the Anthony Lee story.
Well, in a nutshell, I had a piano teacher in Newcastle many, many years ago, and she was training me up to be a concert pianist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was. Over at Lambton she lived, and but I never wanted to be a concert pianist. I always wanted to be like an entertainer, like you do sort of stuff. And,
I hope I wasn't your inspiration. I'm not that old.
But, anyway, so she taught me to play, and she was giving me all this really amazing stuff to play, Zez Confrey stuff when I was a young kid, Flight of the Bumblebee and stuff like that, all that sort of stuff on the piano. And she was right behind me, and then I ruined it all when I went on Hey Hey Saturday and did the speech impediment song. She never spoke to me.
Red Faces.
Red Faces.
I remember that skit.
Yeah, of course. I won it 3 times.
Just a little bit of it again.
It goes like this. Sometimes when I sing a song, particularly with S, I sometimes mispronounce my words. It doesn't sound the best.
You probably wouldn't go to air in this day and age.
Listen, they've always had those specials on.
Yeah.
And I won Red Faces 3 times, but they will not show any of my stuff.
I wonder why.
Because it's inappropriate, I think.
Yeah.
That's when I had the big large lady beat me up across the piano in a song I did called You're Too Fat For Me. And they won't show that, but you can still see it on YouTube and stuff. But,
Go to YouTube and look up Anthony Lee.
Yeah,
Red
have a look.
Faces.
It's fun.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff there.
There's
You
some- loads of fun.
So you're a piano vocalist, Newcastle's 3rd best piano vocalist.
Well, yes, there's a couple ahead of me. There's yourself, and of course, and Matt.
Matt McLaren, the amazing. Well, he's number 1.
And in your eyes, I'm number 5 or something.
Something like that. We've been having this banter with each other for many, many years.
Yes,
We're
sure.
actually good mates. In fact, you were my best man last year.
At your wedding, yep.
That's right.
Gave a lovely speech, didn't I?
Wonderful speech.
Yep.
You should be a speechwriter professionally.
I should be a professional speechwriter.
Absolutely. Yeah, so live locally, lovely wife Jenny.
Yeah, live locally.
She's listening right now. Hello, Jen.
Yeah, well, actually, I was living in Sydney. That's where I started doing all my stuff in around the 80s and 90s.
Right.
Probably around 1982, 83, I was playing in a piano bar in Coogee.
Right, nice place.
And it was a front for the underworld. Truly, it was.
We've got quite a few parallels there.
Yeah, and it was a front for the underworld, and I used to play at this piano bar, and I'd play the piano, and all of a sudden, this young bloke came in, and he was the most outrageous person I've ever seen. He looked androgynous, and he was doing the disco sort of thing afterwards.
Right.
But he had all this amazing toys and the latest Roland stuff that he used to play around with. And so we formed a little duo called Somewhere Nowhere. And just over the last few months, we're going to revisit our old songs from 30 years ago and put them on Spotify.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so we're redoing them with a new 2000s twist, but still retaining that 80s vibe.
And the kids will probably pick up on that in TikTok it like crazy.
Well, I
hopefully.
hope so. I'm doing a great little film clip. We couldn't afford film clips at the time.
No.
But now, with the gear I've got at home, I can do great film clips.
Yeah, things are more accessible these days.
They sure are. I can do at home something now that would have cost me $20,000-$30,000 easily, many, many years ago as an independent.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't
great,
it?
yeah.
Gear has got lighter and cheaper. And
I used to carry around a Yamaha Electric Grand. Remember those things?
Yeah, heavy.
Yeah, 2 people in the back of my
And you
Corolla.
had to tune it as well.
Yeah, terrible thing.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's considered the Wheel of Destiny over there. I've
Sure.
told you all about the Wheel of Destiny.
Yep.
Now you know how that works.
Yes, I'm a little bit,
There's some great artists on there.
there's some great artists, some great current
Alice
artists. and some-
Cooper, there's
I know.
Ed Sheeran. Who knows what you're going to give it a try?
There's some great classic artists as well.
There is. We changed it over Christmas because we
Okay.
knew you were coming in. Hopefully it'll land on something you know.
Susan Boyle. Don't know, maybe. Let's have a look.
Yes.
All right, I
Kissing
roll it.
Horses. Okay, give it
Let's
a spin.
go. Okay, here we go.
It's spinning. Well,
Oh,
there you go. I think that's more down your alley, actually.
what is it?
Cat Stevens. Are you that blind?
That's good. I love Cat Stevens stuff.
Yeah, well, that's good because I've heard you do a few Cat Stevens songs
Yeah.
in your time.
Yep.
Yeah, I think one of my favourites that you do is Father and Son. Could you do that for us?
Of course, I'd love to do that. That's a great song.
Do you need the lyrics?
No? Well, actually, you better type out some lyrics for me because I haven't done it for a long time, but I'll give it
no
a
worries.
crack.
Well, I'll organise that. We're going to go and play a few songs for you. This is Homegrown Unplugged, our very first one back for January. Artist 19, the amazing Anthony Lee, will be back after these songs to perform for you. Cat Stevens, Father and Son, 105.3 New FM. Brought to you by our good friends at Muso's Corner who have been supporting local music and the industry since 1967. Our special guest artist in the studio tonight is Anthony Lee. He spun the Wheel of Destiny and he spun up this from Cat Stevens. Here he is right now, Anthony Lee. Let her rip, mate.
Well, it's not time to make a change. Just relax and take it easy. You're still young, and that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me. I am old, but I'm happy. I was once like you are now, and I know it's not easy to be calm when you found something going on. Oh yeah, and take your time and think a lot, and think of everything you've got, for you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. How can I try to explain? When I do, he turns away again. It's always been the same old story. And from the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not time to make a change. Just sit down and take it slowly. You're still young, and that's your fault. There's so much you have to go through. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me. I am old, but I'm happy. All the times I thought I'd cry, keeping all the things I knew inside. Oh, it's hard. Oh, it's harder to ignore it. And they were right, I agree, but it's them they know, not me now. There's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to to go.
A fantastic job there, Anthony Lee, with one L and two E's. It's an inside joke. Please stick around. We're going to talk more to Anthony Lee straight after these next few songs. This is Homegrown on 105.3 New FM. Welcome back, everybody, at 105.3 New FM. And we've got Anthony Lee in the studio just before he performed Cat Stevens' Father and Son. Awesome version of it.
I liked that. That was good. I should include that in my songs that I do in the clubs.
You should. You didn't hit any wrong notes anyway. I was listening.
Yeah, I know, and you pick up everything. He's like a bat.
Yeah. Well, managed to shoot a few photos out on the website as well because, looking very summery for today. And speaking of summery, Somerset Blinds. I recognise your voice on that ad.
Oh, dear. Well, I did the voiceover for it. I actually wrote the ad.
Oh, you did the jingle as well?
I did the jingle, but I got a great girl up from Sydney, Central Coast actually, to sing it because I thought I'd like to get a girl in to do this one. So,
So the life of a jingle writer.
I love it. Jingles are so much fun. They are such a challenge to do.
Yeah.
But when you come up with something that's that just grabs people's attention and they use it for years, for instance, Carol's Pine, they were using my jingle for 15 years.
Carol's Pine. Just refresh my memory.
Be sure to go to Carol's for the whole lock, stock and barrel. Be sure to go to Carol's Pine.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah. But Somerset Curtains, my wife works there now, and they actually said to me, well, we're going to have you doing the jingle. So I did the jingle.
We actually play that on our station.
Yeah, you do.
I've heard it.
And I love it. I record it in my own little studio, and but jingles is great. It is such a challenge. I remember doing them, and they've got to be 29 and a half seconds long, and oh my God. I walk around talking to myself for about 2 weeks, just getting stuff in my head, and then when you think you've got something and you try and trim it down, it goes up to 45 seconds. It's got to come back to 29.
Well, a good jingle can make a business last for years and years and years.
It does. Jingles are great.
Except in the case of Darby's Pies.
Yes. That was one of my favourite jingles. They brought out, they had those dollar pies.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember. They were the square ones, weren't they?
They were round. They were little round ones, but everyone was buying them, and they were selling it. They were selling so many of them, and I don't know what they did, but they said to me, "Write us a jingle. We want something really catchy." So they were going back to the 1920s, 1930s prices.
Yeah.
That was their take.
Yeah.
So I came up with that little 1920s, 1930s style Derby pie thing.
How did it go?
Darby's pie is the perfect pie. The taste you really know when it's a perfect pie. The others just don't satisfy. Gimme just a Darby's pie. Perfect taste, perfect woo. Straight from the oven, fresh to you. You want to give your tasty bout to tantalize. You satisfy your hunger with the Darby's pie.
They're gone bankrupt now. Hope it wasn't my jingle.
That brings back memories.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. That was so much fun to do.
Yeah. Throw us one more. Just one more.
Motels.
Oh, let's hear that one.
More loving, more living, more hugging, more giving, more motels.
Yeah, I remember that one as well. They invented the Ugg boot, didn't they?
Well, they did, and I think someone was trying to sue them at one stage. Some person overseas decided to copyright the Australian name for Ugg boot, and whatever. It's Australian. For goodness sake. People always come to you with an idea in their head, and they don't really know what they want, but they know what they don't like. And that's the thing. And you've got to try and get into their psyche a little bit, and then come up with something that you think they're going to love. And often you'll put a couple of ideas together and they say, oh, I don't like that, hate that. And you'll think it's great, but they think, oh, no. And then you'll play something, oh, I've done this as well, love it.
I have to get you to write a jingle for this show.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll run it past the boss.
All right.
You also write songs.
Yes, I've been writing songs for 40 years. I've brought out many albums.
You've had a huge success with the one for Diana.
Yeah, Princess Diana tribute years ago, Shine Your Light. Yeah. My Anzac song that I wrote's being played at Anzac services around Australia.
How do you go about writing a song? Is it the lyric first or is it the melody?
What I actually get, this lyric and melody that in a small little burst that just haunts me until I actually log it and write it down. And then when I do that, it's gone. But then when I come back to it, if it's on my phone, I can grab it and I know, and I can just take off from where I was. But if I fail to get it down in time, it's gone forever.
We're going to hear one of your songs.
I'm going to do a song called Crazy Man. I had this friend of mine in Sydney many, many years ago who was a bit of a couch potato, always sitting on the couch, letting love slip through his fingers and letting life slip through his fingers, always whinging, always worrying about why life just passes him by. So I wrote this song for him.
Great. We're going to hear it straight after these next songs. This is Homegrown Unplugged on 105.3 with Rocks. Artist number 19, Anthony Lee, will be back soon to play his original song called Crazy Man. I think he wrote it all about me. With thanks to our good friends at Muso's Corner who have been supporting local musicians and the industry since 1967. In the studio, the amazing Anthony Lee, my good mate too, I've got to mention. We've heard his talent for jingle writing, but his real love is writing songs, and this is his original song for you right now, and it's called Crazy Man.
You're a crazy man. Just go out there and find her. Such a crazy man. Don't you leave your love behind her. See, it only happens once, you know, and you're letting her go. Bye-bye. And it only happens once, you see. Such a fool you can be. Bye-bye. You're a crazy man. You can't tell me you don't bother. Such a crazy man. Just go tell her that you love her. 'Cause it's me you're talking to, you fool. Gotta know you so well, so well. And it's me you're talking to, you fool. And I really know how you feel. So go out there and find her. Just go out there and find her. 'Cause it's me you're talking to, you fool. God, I know you so well, so well. And it's me you're talking to, you fool. And I really know how you feel. So go out there and find her. Just go out there and find her. Don't you leave your love behind her. So go out there and find her. Just go out there and find her. Don't you leave your love behind her. You're a crazy man. Just go out there and find her.
Very nice.
Well, there it is. His original song, Anthony Lee, in the studio performing live for us tonight. We're going to talk to him more after this on 105.3 New FM. You're listening to Homegrown Unplugged on Newcastle's 105.3 New FM. This is Rocks with our special guest, Anthony Lee, just before he performed Crazy Man, an original song. I like that song.
Yeah, it sounds nice. It's off my album, A Girl Like That. And you can get it on Spotify and YouTube and stuff like that. I actually did a video clip with my my son in it,
All
Charlton. Right. Yeah. And he couldn't believe how quickly I just put everything together. He called it cheap-ass productions.
Well, I've seen some of your productions. I think I've been in a few, haven't I? That's right, Big Bad Joe. Was it?
Big Man Joe.
Big Man Joe.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
in that clip.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I've got some stuff for you down the track.
Really?
You're going to be my Doug Kembry brother.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Desmond.
Desmond Kembry. And you can find all these clips on YouTube. Of course, what is the address on YouTube for people to see some of these videos?
Oh, look, they just put in Anthony Lee, Newcastle.
Anthony Lee Newcastle.
Yeah, LEE.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
What's something at the door?
Oh no.
Who's that?
Oh, no, truly.
Well, I've got to go and let him in.
Oh.
Just hold line for a second. I knew there was someone there. Oh, is this a friend of yours?
Oh, Australia! How are you tonight? It's your total turn on Carlos upon top of us.
Carlos, hop on top of us. Sit down, Carlos. I'll get this other mic rigged up for you. It's not very often you can see the two of you sitting next to each other in a
I didn't
room.
think he was going to be here.
Well, I am tonight and I will love it.
Oh, dear. Oh, there goes the program. Okay, kids, go to bed.
Oh, dear.
Carlos, hop on top of us. How have you been?
I sit here for a second. Hello, Roxys. How are you tonight?
I'm very fine, thanks,
You
Carlos.
look very nice tonight.
Thank you. So, obviously, you were listening to us on the radio.
I
You heard
was
your good mate,
Anthony Lee, not
Anthony
so
Lee.
much, but you were nice.
We won't let him know that.
No, I don't.
He doesn't look very
He
impressed.
gets very sulky and very crybaby. Not like me.
Is that true,
Anthony Lee's
Anthony?
music is nice, but to me, it's a little bit, romantic. And what I like most is sexy time dance, sexy music, and sexy turn-on stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
really? So, for the people at home who don't know Carlos, but most people do, you've been in Newcastle for quite a while, but touring
Rock
internationally. Wog Rock Cafe.
The 1990s. What an incredible show for everybody to see me. It's fantastic.
When are people going to be able to see you this year? Have got any shows organised?
Well, I'm still doing my world incontinent tour throughout Europe, and I'm going to be there for a long time doing that. But I don't know, perhaps one day I will come back to Australia and give everybody a nice treat. Might even call into Hamilton. That's where my roots are. It's always nice to catch up with a few of those.
The look on your face, Anthony Lee, is like he's just completely stolen your thunder.
He shocks me. Oh, my God.
Carlos up on top of us and Anthony Lee in the studio.
Yes, thank you so much.
Have you got any stuff, Carlos, on YouTube people can look at?
I got my beautiful album on YouTube. It's called World's Most Beautiful Man.
Look it up. Well,
And it's incredible because it's gone gangbusters, actually. I've got the great songs all about me, the world's most fabulous man, beautiful guy. I've got everything you want to hear. It's just a beautiful album.
any advice for someone like me to be a beautiful man like you, Carlos, up on top of us?
The best advice is don't even try because you've got no chance.
Well, I guess the truth hurts, doesn't it?
You know, there's a thing that I have to do, and people say to me, how do I remain so beautiful looking?
You're right.
Well, I spend 5 to 10 minutes in front of the mirror every 5 to 10 minutes. Grooming is important. Not like you, disheveled, letting yourself go. But me, very, 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 try to keep it nice.
And the clothes you're wearing, like it is after 10 o'clock at night.
I think spangly is good. I couldn't wear this down, of course, the main street of Islington.
No.
Oh, I probably could now.
Yeah.
But I couldn't wear it in some of the suburbs in Newcastle. They'd probably kick the crap out of me.
Probably would too.
They probably would.
Gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more after this on Homegrown. A special guest, plus one, the wonderful Carlos Hop on top of us, and Anthony Lee. How are you, Anthony? You okay?
I'm good, mate. Yes, you too, Carlos? Yes, I'm still going strong.
We'll be back with
Well,
more.
yeah, thank you.
Newcastle's New FM 105.3.
thank you.
Everybody, episode 19 of Homegrown Unplugged with Rocks on New FM 105.3. And this guy's had me in stitches. Carlos up on top of us. What a
Why
surprise.
was he here?
I don't know. He has walked out of the door. I don't know if he's left the building.
Oh, he's gone to get a drink. Oh,
He needs one.
he does.
And you could I could smell it on him as well. Is
I
that
th-
ouzo or something?
Yeah, oh, it's always like that. He uses ouzo.
As aftershave.
Yeah, exactly.
Anthony Lee in the studio. Anthony, it's been a pleasure having you here. Now, before we go, where can people catch you playing live?
Well, I'm doing some private stuff in Sydney
Right.
over the next couple of weeks, but I normally play a lot of clubs up around Newcastle.
Right. A lot of the same ones that I perform at,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
I think we sort of tend to follow each other.
We do, what do we do? Pippies at the Point?
Yeah. I don't do that.
You don't do that? Oh, well, I know the story behind there. Yeah. Pippies at the
Oh, they
Point.
never let me back in. Great venue, by the way.
It's a lovely venue there. I do Vincent Street. That's a nice venue.
That's right. I'll do that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
You were there a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that venue. It was
Yeah.
good. And we do Curry and we do Tilligary and I also work at the pub there at Carrington, the Criterion.
Yeah. While the other one's sort of getting repaired.
Yeah.
I did New Year's Eve there. Nice, friendly little pub.
It is nice.
Yeah, the
people
Criterion.
are good.
Yeah.
People are good everywhere you go. People are nice.
They are nice.
Yeah.
Makes it worthwhile.
It does.
It does. Our good friends made this possible tonight at Muso's Corner. They've been looking after us, Muso, since 1967. Well, not me. I wasn't alive then, but you were.
Yeah. Listen, I'm so old. I remember decimal currency coming in.
Really?
I do, 1966.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I was 23. No, kidding. I was 6 years old at school. Yeah, I remember all those sorts of things.
I remember
Wallsend
black and white
Public School
TV.
I went to.
Yeah. Wallsend Public?
Wallsend Primary.
Oh, Wallsend Primary.
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
I went to Katara South Public.
Yeah. But no, Muso's Corner, I've been going in there for a long, long time, just getting different stuff. And they look after you. They're great guys in there.
Someone said in a program last year that's like a Bunnings for musicians.
It is.
Yeah, and someone else said they'd like to sleep there. I think it was Joel. He said he'd like to camp in the store overnight.
Oh, they've got everything.
I don't know if Sandra
Really, they've got
would
so
agree
much
to
for
it.
Muso's there.
Yeah, it's
truly.
great. But here's a special voucher from Muso's Corner for you for appearing.
How nice is
Don't
that?
screw it up.
No, I'm not. I'm just unravelling it. It's great.
There we go.
Oh,
So
that's
there you go.
cool. Thanks, mate. That's
No
really,
worries.
I really appreciate that. And thank you, Muso's Corner. That's brilliant. I'll be in there doing some shopping very soon.
Thanks for coming in. Now, once again, how can people catch you online? They can go to Anthony Lee.
Just
Music?
Anthony Lee Newcastle on
Yeah.
my YouTube channel.
Yep.
Or you can get me on Facebook, or but if you get on YouTube, make sure you sub me because I need subs to get my stuff out there.
What do you mean by sub?
Well, subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm
That's
not
young
up-
people talk.
I know, but you'd know because you're a school teacher teaching young people. That's tough to call you Mr. Lee.
I know. But the kids are great. The kids love the fact that I do something a bit different. You know what I mean?
I wish I had you as a teacher. It would have been a lot of fun. On that note, thank you for coming in. This is it for Homegrown Unplugged
Mate,
this week.
It's been brilliant. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. And it's the first time we managed to squeeze a piano into this small
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
And it looks quite good. We're going to leave it here, I think.
Oh, nice.
Newcastle's best music, 105.3 New FM. Our guest artist in the studio next week will be the very young Evan Morgan. He wrote to me via email last year, and I checked out some of his social pages, and he's got a lot of talent, this kid, so please make sure you put that in your diaries for 9 p.m. next Sunday night for more Homegrown Unplugged here on 105.3. Until tomorrow night at 11 p.m, take care for now. I'll catch you on the flip side.